Gyros. What you're looking at here, you may have seen previous videos of this build. Essentially it's the pulse rifle from Aliens. I bought this secondhand in not the best condition. There was bits missing, broken parts. It was a bit of a mess. It was also painted in a kind of strange way as well. Never mind. Anyway, we fixed a lot of the parts on this pulse rifle. The biggest one, the one I'm quite pleased with, is that this part here, the actual butt, was totally smashed. Somebody must have dropped it on there and totally smashed it. So I used bits of styrene, lots of filler, sanded it, and eventually this is nice and strong again now. I'm very pleased with that. That's one good thing about it. Moving along, we have the trigger. Not much I could do. Unfortunately, whoever built this built it and then looked to put the trigger mechanism in and the electronics and all that, and did it the wrong way around. So he got to the end, built it, then thought, I can't put the electronics in, I can't put the wiring in, I can't put... It was done. Too late. Never mind. So I've really just replaced this with a toy trigger. Simple as that, really. This part here, this has got the electronics supposedly, and if you look here, I'm on wide angle at the moment, so just to try and get this damn thing in. This is the actual electronics as it would be, but there would be wires sticking out of this and all sorts of things, but unfortunately they've gone. So what I've done, I've put some red tape just to make a number, just to show some, you know, it won't light up, but essentially that should go in there. So there's a lot of sand. Oh, was that going to go in? It's going to fall. It's going to fall. Go on. Ah, did it. There's a lot of sanding, so sanded the whole thing because it was full of divots and knocks. It wasn't the best kit. Let's say that. This is the it's rather glossy finish to it, unfortunately. But I'll knock that down. Oops, and that goes in there. And there we go. And that's how that goes there. Yeah, there was a lot of sanding to do on this. It's pretty smooth. There's still lots of little... yeah, I mean, it's not the best kit. Anyway, working along here. This part here had to be rebuilt. This is just styrene, this part, whereas that's resin. And also, let's have a look at the parts. Oh, here we go. We got the... What's this? The pump action part. Now normally you'd hold it like this, and I've sort of painted it with rubbery sort of paint, as you can see. And normally you hold it like that and to reciprocate the movement. So what I'm going to do is just sand away where my thumb is and where the fingers are to show that it's been used. The actual gun itself is made from, well, would be, if it was a real one, made from metal here, some sort of steel, barrel would be steel, but this part here would be a composite, I suppose, a plastic, a really hard plastic, because it's lighter, stronger, and hopefully it will end up looking like that. That's a nicer model than my one. What else have we got? We got parts. This is a charging handle, goes here and to charge the mechanism. Unfortunately it's rather small. Normally with the charging handle you get 2 fingers around it and pull. This you can only get 1, which is not the best thing in real life. We've got the base part, magazine part, I suppose, and that goes down there. Because it was standing on this base part. See, you've got bits on it already. So I sanded this down, made it look nicer. We'll put some plastic over here, some clear plastic, just to protect it a bit. And that's about it really. Next thing to do will be to mask it. The colour I want to do, and it's really just painting this part here, which is the plastic or the composite part. We're going to paint it as you saw in the picture there. What is this called? Olive green. Oh, of course it is. And I bought this from a local shop, and I bought one can. Took it home, tested it, and thought, "Ooh, yeah, that's perfect." Went back to the shop, and it had all sold out. Ow, balls. Never mind. So next thing we're going to do is mask it off, and it's a lot to mask. It is a pretty big bugger. Pretty impressive actually, but yeah. So that's the next job we're going to do. Okay, so this is part one of the masking. Not the best. Frog tape is alright, but it doesn't stick to everything. It doesn't stick to this paper very well, anyway. But yeah. Now what we'll do is see how we go. Okay, so painted. Not the best paint job in the world. You know, when you before you paint, you check that everything's relatively okay, and this isn't the best mold anyway. So, and I've done my best to make it as smooth as possibly can. And so you paint it, and then suddenly you see things that you've never seen before, and not even in primer. And think, where the hell did that ridge come from? Where did it? I mean, you know, and you think the model's just laughing at you. You thought you got everything, didn't you? But you missed this one. You missed that one as well. It looks bad, but never mind. Never mind. It is what it is. It's a nice green colour anyway. This is the bit you've all been looking for. Pardon me, looking forward to, I should say. We're going to take the masking off. God help us. Yeah, I know. So, I don't know which bit are we going to do first. Okay, let's move this down a bit. And we'll just start taking, it's nice and dry. Bit there, but there's a little bit there, so there's bits and pieces, but not too bad. Let's turn it around again. Actually, whilst we're at it, oh, it weighs a good 3 kilos, whatever that is in pounds. Ouch. We'll put the bottom on there, so it actually has the bottom, hang on, what do you call it, the clip. It's the biggest clip I've ever seen. That goes on there. And there we are. So lift this up a little bit, and there she blows. Not too bad. As I say, there's some touching up to do. We've got to add on, obviously, the counter, and we need to paint this part as well, the counter cover. We've got this thing to go on. See, I've worn it a bit. That's where your fingers would normally be, and also, so if you hold it like that, see? So that goes underneath there, clips in. Oh, hang on. It's never quite as straight as it wants to be, but never mind. Oh, that's better. Oh, it was straight. There you go. That clips it in there like that. So, not bad for that paint lasted pretty well. I've got a little bit left, enough to do a few spots in here and there. We need to do some fine touch up, and over there on the butt, for some reason that paper stuck to the paint, which is kind of weird because the paint wasn't even wet. But we'll have to sort that out in a minute. So there we go. I'm going to have to go back a bit. There we are. So next step, we'll be just touching up, putting the extra bits and pieces on, and then really just calling it a day. So I'll see you in a bit. Well, I don't know how long. We'll see. Bye bye. For the time being. Hey, so it's finished. Well, it's as finished as I'm going to do it anyway. Did a little bit of weathering, put the counter back in, painted the barrel a different black. Still black, but it's a glossy sort of gun metal black, which is good for a gun barrel, I suppose. There's one thing I need to do which I haven't done yet, which is put in the silvery bits which I'm cutting out now. Well, I will be cutting out. I'm using that plumber's silver tape, and I'll be putting that on there, but I haven't done that yet. But the light's going, so I thought I'd better do this video now. So very pleased with the butt, because I had to build that from scratch pretty much. There was only a few bits left when it came. So yeah, it looks okay. The counter's alright. Shame we couldn't light up, but I've picked out the red with red tape, so that's okay. There's a little bit of weathering, as you can see. It's not the best model in the world. In fact, the mould is very wavy. And as I say, I weathered it a little bit, but not too bad. Anyway, that is it really. I'll put some pictures up at the end, and there we are.